What's up, everybody? It's your boy LP here, coming at you guys with another blind second dinosaur deck profile for the 2020 format of December. So this is pre-ban list. I'll come up with a post-ban list later once that drops. So I wanted to do a different deck profile today. As you can see, everything is sprawled out in front of me instead of the usual going through card by card. So this way you can pause the video, look at every card, net deck, do whatever you want with it, take ideas. This is what you can do. If you want to listen to my explanations, you can stick around, but it'll be a little bit longer of a video. So I wanted to do it like this because this is based off of NST.TV's Tom Box's, the way he did a deck profile recently with Asala. He did a Zodiac Eldritch video. I'll link it down in the description, where he split it up into different segments. So I kind of wanted to do that to explain the reasoning behind the deck. So it's split up into dinosaurs, go second, and then consistency. The bottom consistency is just the easiest one. 1 terraforming and 3 extravagance. This is just the deck thin and search what you need. Not much explanation for that. I think the +1 is insane. I think when Disparity comes out in, what is that set? Blazing Vortex. When Pot of Disparity comes out, I think Dinos might play that over Extravagance, but I still like the +1 better. That's just me though. And then for the Dino Engine, this is the smallest Dino Engine that you can play that maximizes potential and maximizes your consistency. The reason I play 4 babies instead of 3 in total is because this is a blind second that mains Dark Ruler, which means that we have a grind game, and that 3 babies you can go through in your first combo, and having an extra baby in the deck is the difference between summoning an OV and not. So I think it's really important to play those 4 babies. But anyway, we'll get into the monster. So 2 UCT, 2 Arco, 1 Petite, 1 Rex, 3 OV, 3 Baby, 3 Misc, 2 Fossil Dig, 2 Pill, and 2 Lost World. Lost World is the least important card in this deck. You can side it out if you want to, but Lost World only helps with playing through hand traps and some extension if you get stopped along the way, or some extension if you have extra, if you like hard drew a Miss, an OV, and a Baby, like that's just insane, so you have extra plays. But the reason you only play 2 and not 3 is because you play Terraforming as the 3rd copy. You don't want to play 4 copies because you will break, I guarantee it. And for the Dino Engine, like I said, you play the 4 babies, and then 2 UCT because you break on 3 as well. This is just maximizing consistency, get what you want, exactly what you need, as quickly as you can, without having to worry about, hand traps or stuff like that. Miss is insane. Rip Miss, it'll be on the next ban list for sure. But as long as we play it 3, we can. So that's the Dino Engine. We'll go for the non-Dino Engine, or the going second engine. So it's kind of a little bit different. I have the hand traps over here and the go second cards over here. So hand traps, we have 3 Nibiru and 3 Infit. The reason I play Nibiru because it's a high impact hand trap that is literally just insane. Like using this properly in main phase 2, after especially if you're playing a Dino player and they go Miscellaneous in main phase 1, they attack you, main phase 2 you drop Nib, and then their downs aren't protected because Miss only protects for that main phase, which is a little neat interaction some people don't know. Also, the interaction with the Nib token and the Lost World is an insane interaction because they get a token. You can actually save the token and pop a baby in your deck if you really need to, and then you can blow it up anyway. So that's a good interaction. And the reason I play 1 high impact, 1 low impact is because this can shut off boards, but this can also be used in tangent with something like an alpha or something like your other play starters going second, because you can just drop an infib on their only piece of interruption if they have something big. Like if they have an Appaloosa and like that's it, you can just drop that and they're kind of forced to out it with a different negate, or they're kind of forced to respond in that way if they have like an S0 or they have a VFD similar in that way. That's why I like infib. And then for the go second cards that aren't hand traps, so the hand traps are proactive, these are reactive cards. So Alpha, Dark Ruler, Harpie, Featherduster, and Pank are all reactive, and the reason I like playing these is because instead of, you can just sit there, let your opponent build their board, play on your phone, do whatever, and then as soon as they're done building a board, you drop Dark Ruler, you drop Alpha, you just break their board, and then usually they're out of resources. The reason I play 3 Alpha is because Alpha's summoning effect is not once per turn. Unlike Pank, you can only summon 1 Pank per turn, even if its summon got negated. But it's limited anyway. But that was back when it was at 3. But since Alpha's at 3, you can summon it multiples in 1 turn. If your opponent has 9,000 points of damage on the board, or 9,100, you can summon all 3 Alphas, and then you can activate 1, target all 3, bounce them all, and then you bounce 3 of your opponent's cards. I just really think Alpha's insane. It's a Dragoon out, doesn't target to bounce, it doesn't destroy. It's just everything you want. But I will say, if you play Lost World, play Alpha before you play Lost World, because Lost World will reduce your opponent's attack points on the board, thus making it harder to summon Alpha because it requires they have more attack points. Dark Ruler I think is just a blanket insane card. Checks combo decks way better. You could play Forbidden Dropless if you want to. Honestly, there's no issue with that. It's just, for me, this is more budget, and I think it does the same job. This is why you clear their board, simplified game state, win turn 4. Harpie's Featherduster because you have to respect back row decks. have to respect Mystic Mine, unfortunately, until that gets banned. So yeah, that's why we play that. And then Pank is searchable. It's part of the combo. It's everything. Just a few more things to note. When you're playing, these are like misplays. When you're playing with dinosaurs, you want to make sure that if you use Ovi's second effect to revive, you can't revive a Conductor that was summoned off pill because it wasn't summoned properly. So that's one thing to note. If you're playing against the Dino player too, make sure they don't cheat you like that to get a free UCT. So for the extra deck, it's just going to be your Extravagance board. I changed a very little, so it's still 3 Linkuriboh, 3 Secure Gardener. These are the only cards you really care about in your extra deck. And then for the other links, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, 1 Borosword. XZs, you're playing 1 Dweller, 2 Dolka, and then I bumped it up to triple Lagia because late game, Lagia is insane. If your opponent top decks like a spell or trap card that, you know, will get them right back into it, they top deck like a World Legacy Secession, they top deck a Quick Launch, you're playing Dragon Link. If they activate their Sanguine, you can just negate that. So I think Lagia is actually really underrated, and it's really good in the late game. That's why I like playing 3 of it. And that's it for the extra. And then I'll get into the side. So for the side, just for this format still, triple Lancia destroys dinosaurs, destroys Volkswagen. Same thing with DD Crow. This thing, you hit, you know, the Eldritch, you hit any of their dragon targets in the grave. So if they're trying to, you know, special something over at MD or something like that. Droll stops Dragon Link as well. More back row hate and triple Cosmic Cyclone. Oop, I dropped one. More back row hate. And then Raigeki still for the memes. Call by the Grave because it's a 4th DD Crow and it's at 1. Come back to 3. And then 1 red reboot. Alright, so that's it for the deck profile. Hope everyone enjoyed.